Welcome to Hidden Hilltop Homestead. We are starting off this vlog with a chicken quilt. I know it looks kind of gray, but I promise there's chicken stuff on the other side. So I am currently putting together this rag quilt sitting over here on my cart, and I'm getting towards the end. The end is in sight, the finish line is just on the horizon. So this is my very last row that I need to sew, and I'm going to be sewing that to these other two rows. This is row 10, 11, and 12 out of a 12 row quilt. So after I sew that together, I'll be sewing this to this, and that will make up the bottom part of my quilt. That's the top part. We'll combine those, do a trim outline, and then this quilt will be done. So I'm going to get everybody sewn together and turned into this beautiful, colorful chicken quilt. Bottom half is finished, finally. All right, let's sew the top and the bottom together, and this bad boy is done. That was my last snip for the middle seam. So now I'm going to go all the way around the outside of the quilt. I'm going to start with a corner, and I do a back stitch, and then I'm doing the 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around the outside. When I get to a intersection here, all I do is smush this flat and sew right over it, just like I do when I sew my rows together. And then every time I hit a corner, I do a back stitch both ways just to kind of reinforce it, and I'll go all the way around until I come back to this corner. And then I will trim just like I did everything else, and then this one is ready to go in the wash. So I almost forgot, but whenever I do the quilting of the squares or the trim around the outside edge, I always use matching thread to match the back so it doesn't stick out as much, and I got a couple stitches with the yellow thread that I've been using, so I need to swap that out real quick because that would have been bad. Taking out 5 stitches is way better than taking out an entire quilt. I'm still going to use this yellow for the top though, because most of this is lighter colored and it'll look good. All right, this pile of blanket is done and ready. It's amazing because that's been sitting on my project cart for a very long time. So now, my dog's snoring. That is empty. Amazing. So I'm going to put this in the washer. I have Shout color catcher sheets. This is for catching any type of color that runs, specifically the red. I use this for every quilt. I don't pre-wash any fabric, so everything's getting to know each other in this first load. I wash it on cold, normal cycle with a little bit of detergent. I use an unscented detergent, Arm & Hammer, I think. These have a little bit of like a fresh laundry scent. It's not floral, it's kind of like clean linen smell, but it's not enough to where it's super noticeable. but I don't like anything to have scent on it. I don't want my stuff to smell like laundry for somebody else who doesn't like that either. So wash, dry completely. The drying is going to cause threads to fray. That's why we cut this fringe, because it offers a lot of space for threads to come out. Makes the blanket fluffy and fringy and cool. And then it'll also shrink a little bit because of the cotton. So we're not washing hot, we're washing cold. And these will get a little bit more compact. It gives it that like signature quilted look. I just love the look of like a washed rag quilt. It's so pretty. Anyways, I'm gonna put this in the washer, and we're gonna work on the only other quilt I have going right now, and that is a Christmas quilt. All right, let's move on to our next project. This is a Christmas quilt with these cool little vintage print things, and it's a little bit dusty. I don't know if you can tell on camera. This one's a little paler because it's got like a layer of dust on it. This has been sitting on the second rack of my crafting cart for a hot minute. I can't even remember the last time I worked on this, just because I've been doing a bunch of other stuff. Oh yeah, there's a good dust outline. So I'm gonna have to clean off the top pieces of all these piles, but the back is burgundy. Pretty. So I'm gonna grab some thread so that we can fill up several bobbins to get this quilted. And then we will at least lay out the design for the quilt. And I don't know if I'll start building rows today or not, but we'll at least get that far. And then the other quilt that's in the washer, the chicken quilt, should be done by the time we're done with all of this. If you can't really see it, it's generally a pretty good match. This is also older. It's a cotton covered polyester. J&P Coats, dual duty. I have a lot of thread that's just older. It is what it is. It's still really good quality, but stuff that has been hanging around a variety of sewing boxes for years, and I just have it all consolidated now. And I'm trying to use up all the old stuff before I go buy new stuff. So some of these quilts have polyester thread in them, and it's all polyester coated cotton. But eventually I would like to just get to all cotton. But unfortunately, cotton doesn't have the color variety in store usually like the polyester thread does, so we'll see. I try to keep it all cotton if I can, because that's just what I like, so that's why I try to make my quilts like, and sometimes you just work with what you got. So I don't know why I'm unwinding this and making a mess for no reason, but I'm going to take some of my open bobbins and run this onto there. I'll do at least 3, which is all I have available right now. Enough talking. Let's put some thread on some bobbins and start quilting. But before I quilt, I will organize these into color coordinating piles so that I'm not changing my top thread as much, because I can just sew all the same stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Color piles are sorted. We have red, which are all pretty much the same shade. Same with this green, black. This is either going to be green or white. I have not decided yet. We have cream colored. These are going to be white. This is white, and this is like off-white, but white will probably work. And then we have a blue-green. It's not quite green, not quite blue, and I think I have something that matches, and these are all light blue. So that will be our, let's see, 1, 2, 8 different top colors. Not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and get the bobbin set up for this, and then I'll probably start with red, and we'll just work our way down. First group is done, so now I just have to do that a billion more times. But I'm actually going to put this down and go move the quilt from the washer to the dryer, and we'll keep sewing. So this square might be a little bit tricky because I was thinking about this. I was going to do red because the background is red and it matches that. That usually like works the best when it comes to color coordinating, but Santa's face is in the middle of the square, and I feel like if I use red, it's gonna look like I'm Xing out Santa. So I'm gonna do 1 and see what it looks like, And then I might end up doing white or even like a light gray, because light gray blends into so many different colors. So I don't know. We'll try the red first, I guess. If it looks bad, I can take it out. Not a big deal. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Looks like you're saying no to Santa. It's hilarious. I'm gonna try light gray and see what that looks like. This is the white, and you can definitely see his face isn't that bad. I feel like it's also like his face isn't proportionally in the middle of this, and that's kind of bothersome, but it is what it is. So far away, let me scoot the sewing machine back. Farther away, you can see the white against the red, not that bad, but on the face, we're totally fine. This is the red, which you can't see the background, but you can definitely see on his face. Not a fan of that. I'm gonna undo this one and redo it in whatever color I pick. And then the gray. So the gray has that magic skill of blending in. You can kind of see it here, but it looks more like a crease shadow than it does actually gray on the face. And I feel like it blends into the background pretty well. So like you can kind of see the difference. The gray doesn't show on the red nearly as much, and it just kind of makes it look like there's an indent on the face, which you see more white with this one. So I think we might go with gray because that blends the best on both sides. I mean, obviously there's a gray line through Santa's head, but I think that looks better than this. The white stitching on the red really stands out. This doesn't as much. I think we're gonna go with gray. I'm going to keep this one. I'm not that worried about it. We'll just kind of hide it on the side or something. And I'm gonna undo this red one, and then I have another handful to do, and we'll just do them all in gray, which I'm running out of the light gray. I think I have more though. I'm gonna double check that before I get super into this, but yeah, okay. Game plan, let's do it. So I only have one more line to do. I have this line on one square. The rest are done. And I just ran out of thread. This is all the more thread I had, which might have made it, but probably not. And it wouldn't have had good tension. This is all I had left. So I have to, luckily I have another bobbin. I might be out of thread. Bottom thread. Yep. Burn through these pretty quickly whenever I'm doing quilting or doing the quilting part. Look what just came out of the dryer. Oh, but you want to see it? You want to see what it looks like? I'll give you a quick peek. It looks so good. Oh, I have a lot of diagonal yellow. I just noticed that. But they're different. They're not all the same type of yellow, but that's okay. So, I don't have a lot of space to back up and show you the whole thing all at once. But I'll just show you some of it. And then the back. Get a little bit closer here. Very chicken, floral, farmhouse. I think it's really cute. Oh, there's one more row. I have it folded on. It's cute. It's very light colored. It's very neutral other than the pops of red and yellow and blue. So kind of neutral. But it's enough color to be like a little, you know, it's enough color to be cute, but it's not so much color that it's obnoxious. So that's what I love about this. I'm going to fold this up and set it aside because I need to lint roll it and make sure the back looks good. And then I'm going to take pictures of this and put it on my Facebook to see if anybody local is interested in it. This would be a beautiful Christmas gift. I feel like it's probably going to sell pretty quickly. But that is all the time I have for today's vlog. Thank you so much for coming with me to finish the chicken quilt and work on the Christmas quilt. Next vlog we will finish quilting the squares or doing something with the Christmas quilt. I might have some stuff in between, but nonetheless, next video, Christmas quilt and my last special order of the year, and then it's up in the air after that because I have nothing planned. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.